Hey, it's Similolu here, and this is part 2 in my How to Day Trade in 1 Hour series. Now, if you've always wanted to know how to make money sitting behind your computer, you've come to the right video. In this part 2, we're actually going to get our hands a bit dirty. We're going to begin to trade using a very simple strategy. Now, bear in mind, there's so many different strategies and so many different indicators, various different ways to help us predict price movement. Now, if everybody knew that a particular crypto coin or particular equity was going to increase in price today from $10 to $22, then it's very easy to make money knowing that the price is going to go up. The million-dollar question that plagues all day traders is the price going to go up or is it going down? Hence the reason why there's so many different strategies and methods, various indicators to help predict the direction of price. But in this video, I'm going to use a very simple strategy. Not only that, we're going to trade with live data. So we'll be paper trading. And the point being, if you can make a profit paper trading, then you should be able to make a profit trading with real money. So with all said and done, let's get right into it. The Bollinger Bands are the white bands. So we have the upper white band, the lower white band, and then right through the middle of these two bands, we have the mid Bollinger Band. Because the premise under which Bollinger Bands operate is that once price action breaks out above the Bollinger Bands or breaks down below the lower Bollinger Bands, ultimately price falls back within the bands. So looking at the chart, we're going from the left of the chart, price action decreases all the way down to the bottom Bollinger Band. And price action again works its way back up to the top of the Bollinger Bands. As soon as it reaches the top, we see again it working its way back down. So if we pick up a stock or a cryptocurrency coin at this point, then we would hold it over the duration of time in which price action is making its way back up to the top of the Bollinger Band. Now at the top or close to the top of the Bollinger Band would be a good point at which to exit the trade. Because you always got to remember, it's always best to sell on the uptick. Now remember, a day trader wants to buy and sell financial instruments within the period of a day. So whilst price is still on the uptick, while it's still increasing, that's the best time in which to sell. As price action is rising to the top of the Bollinger Band, at any one of these candlesticks then would be a good point at which to sell. The whole point being, you want to sell before it gets to the top of the Bollinger Band, because the likely motion after it gets to the top of the Bollinger Band is for it to come down, as again we see here. So this is how Bollinger Bands work. So even though we have price action trailing along the bottom of the Bollinger Bands, we still need another indicator to let us know when to enter into a trade. Because as we can see here, for the past it's about half an hour, price action has just been hanging out at the bottom of the lower Bollinger. So what we're looking for is when it is ready to start bouncing up. So at this point, we'll probably need another indicator to help us know when is the good time to enter into a trade. We only want to enter a trade when price action starts heading back upwards. Now down here we see the RSI. To know more about the RSI, I suggest you watch the video I made on the RSI indicator. It is used to time entries into a trade and exits. The minute price action crosses back over this 30 line would be a good time to enter into a trade. We see that line heading back up. So at this point would be a good point at which would now go to purchase our securities, believing that price action will head towards the top of the Bollinger where we're going to take profit. So now I've moved over to my trading page and keeping an eye on RSI, which is at the bottom. You can see the blue line there. The minute it crosses over the 30 line, then we're going to place a trade. Okay, so the RSI is now getting ready to cross over the 30. Okay, so it is over the 30 line, so I'm going to initiate that trade. I'm just going to pick up 5 Netflix shares. And that's the trade. So we're going to be patient in this trade because it's going to take it a little while to get to the top of the Bollinger, or at least close to the top of the Bollinger. So at this point, we can see that the price action is not going straight up. It's going up a bit and coming down a bit, and that's perfectly okay. You've got to be able to be patient to allow your setups to play out. So what happened here is what we call a retracement. And so the stock retraced, which is perfectly normal for it to be retracement in the process of any particular trend. Okay, so price action has not just gone to the top of the Bollinger, it's actually gone beyond the Bollinger, the upper Bollinger Band. It's come back or retraced a little bit. So you want to always trade with your stop losses such that if there is a reversal, then you're able to exit your trade before you lose all your profits. So what we want to keep an eye on here is the RSI. We see that the RSI indicator is showing a state of overbought. So we've got a lot of buyers showing up, and so the buyers are the ones that push the price up. But the indicator, the RSI, is showing red, meaning we're getting to a state of being overbought. So that's a lot of theory to say we're looking at that red part of the indicator. When it crosses below the 70, we're getting out of that trade. And the presence of more sellers than buyers will always lead to a decrease in price. And there we have it. The RSI has dropped below 70. We're going to exit this trade at this point. To ensure that we can retain our profits. And that, folks, is how we use Bollinger Bands with RSI to trade profitably. Well, that's all, folks. I hope you have found some merit in this video. And if you have, don't forget to hit that like button. Comment below. I do appreciate your comments. They do inform me of what content works for you and what other content you would like to see me air on this channel. share with your friends and family, and don't forget to subscribe. But most importantly, you gotta make sure you hit that notification bell. That way you get my videos as soon as I upload them, and I will see you in the next video.